Hello everyone, good evening. I hope this is working. Right, you should be seeing me now, I hope. Let us see. Just quickly checking Facebook on my phone, make sure it works. I guess. As the video is live. So it's a problem. Let us see on my Ableton webpage. Ah, hey, Per, I see you online. Cool. That's good to know. Right, okay, so it is working. All right, everyone, I'm going to be covering pads. Just pads. I just don't know how to make that sound more grand, but you know, pads. What are pads? Pads are used to fill in the sort of background. I mean, you got your plinky plonky arpeggios or maybe pianos. You might have some strings and whatever doing a lead, melody, some brass, synthesize stuff doing other weird and wacky coolness. But a pad's purpose is to pad it out a bit, so to fill in the gaps. So kind of handy if you have a whole lot of, say, a house track, a lot of bass, a lot of scratchy highs, and so on. And there's something missing around, I don't know, in the low to middle range. Yeah, fill it in with a subtle pad. Just to so there's something in every part of the sonic frequency, sonic range frequencies. Anyway, all right. Anyway, the pads. Okay, so a pad. Why is this not working? Oh, maybe. Hello. Okay, that works. I'm going to turn down that bit. Very simply, I've got analog here with a compressor and an EQ8. We don't really need the compressor, but I mean, this is my standard stuff, a utility and a limiter at the very end. Channel EQ is just used for minor tweaking, so EQ8 is the main tweaking. So it looks like that. Okay, pads are soft and, well, wibbly wobbly. So they should go just gradually. Maybe I will make that a bit longer, or change that to 100. Oh, you know what? I've got a much better idea. How about if I just put in some MIDI chords that I have? Something a bit longer. That will do. Extend the release, so attack, decay, sustain is maxed out, and the release time a bit longer. release, I think. Oh, of course, the filter. Nice. That is a basic pad. I don't know why my MIDI. Oh, it would help. Very strange. I can't. If I enable that, disable it, I can't get my keyboard to work. Alright, chords are these then. They're pretty nice chords, I have to say. Okay, never mind. Pads. This is the fundamental pad. Soft attack, long release, maximum decay, and no decay, and maximum sustain. So it just goes up, goes across, and goes down. Sounds alright, doesn't it? Generally, pads are not so scratchy. Do magic with them. Now, to thicken up a pad, you can always detune it. So I can detune this just a fraction. Say 12 cents up and 12 cents down. Quite nice. Really gives you that width and a bit of a bit of an oomph to it. Right, let's see. So we can further detune it by enabling unison. I like 4 of them. But you can see the CPU meter on my ancient laptop is getting a bit strong, peaking out a bit there, 24%. Yeah, it's heavy processing when you crank it all up, but then also I'm using 6 chord notes. They are nice, aren't they? And there's no reverb on this. Nothing at all. Look what happens when I add reverb. Oh wait, let's use the new hybrid reverb. Hybrid reverb is under audio effects. Yeah, just the default settings. Let's hear that. 50%. Look how utterly wide that is. It's so nice. Really, really nice. And for just a bit of movement, we can add the ensemble, a deep ensemble. Oh yeah. Very, very straightforward. Not a lot to do in them. So that's the essence of a pad. Slow attack, slow decay, and maximum... Slow attack, maximum decay, maximum sustain, and a long release. So it creeps up on you, does its thing, and then fades away. Right, so how to make this a bit more interesting. Right. Quite a few things actually. I will leave these on. Okay. And give it a bit of movement. And the most obvious, well, I mean, we've got plenty of movement with the detuning and the unison and the chorus. I mean, there's a lot going on there, but yet there's still more we can do. A cool one is messing around with the auto filter. Not one, but two. Now, if you're familiar with Ableton at all, you know how auto filters work. It just automatically filters stuff. The auto part is this. See that? The amount, the LSFO, that's the automated part. And we have right. Now I'm going to do that with the auto filter. I mean the automatic part of the auto, you know what I mean. And you can see the EQ around here going up and down. Alright, let me embiggen it. There you are. Watch how it sweeps up and down. Not too hard. So I'm going to do the same for the lower end. Now, where exactly is the lower end? About there. But do them at different rates. There we are. So this is giving it a lot of movement in the lower end. And we can adjust, I like adding a bit of spin. On the top end, it goes left to right a lot then. And then, just for giggles, put one slap bang in the middle. Not so like this. So now the middle part is oscillating and moving around. And I'm cutting it out. Yeah, no particular reason. It just gives it movement. Movement makes it more interesting. And that's it. How simple was that? 3 auto filters. So you've got analog doing its thing. Crank up the detune both oscillators. Unison. A bit of chorus or ensemble if you got it Ableton 11. Add the reverb. Nice. Yeah, you know what? I've added a bit of compression. You don't have to. 3 auto filters filtering the automatic filtering. And I'm going to add another hybrid reverb at the end. It was quite metallic, that is. Going to remove that one then. Very straightforward. Now, the next kind. Let me get another MIDI. Beep. Try that one. How's that look? Yeah, it's okay. Maybe should have stayed with the first one. Nope. Pretty heavy chords, aren't they? Maybe I should just pick one. I'll pick that one. Yeah. Yes, pair. Wibbly wobbly. Always fun. Indeed. Wibbly wobbly is definitely fun. I like that. So, okay, another one. Another kind of... So that's a fundamental pad. Now, there are... I've shown how to use autofilter and LFO effectively. You could LFO all the things and add loads and loads of movement. Showed you how to use that with a little bit of chorus and autofilter. I forgot to add saturation, but I think you guys know how to do that. Just a teensy bit of saturation, but you can also get pretty dirty with the saturation. So when I get onto the noisy pads bit, I will show you that. Right, so dreamy stuff. Nice dreamy chords. How does this sound? What shall I use? Maybe wavetable. Audio instruments. Wavetable. Right, I'm gonna filter it down a bit and let's hear this. That's way too much bass. Oh, you know what? That actually sounds like something familiar. So I think for copyright reasons, I'm not going to use that one. Bum, bum, bum. Here it is. Weird. Right. Same thing again. See, nice long. I think I need to crank it up. No. It is kind of. Oh, right. Okay, right. Dreamy pads. Something weird's going on. When I press the start button. Alright, we'll work around it. Simply, wavetable, add noise. And there's no reverb on this, it's just a long, lengthy release. Right, how to make them a bit more dreamy. So say we take that as a starting point. What we can do is mess around with regular reverb, not the hybrid one. So my favorite one is the ballad preset. Now I'm going to use this magic button called freeze. Guess what it does? freezes it. I was going to do something with that and I've completely forgotten. Ah, right, yes, of course. This is the Dreamy stuff. So that's a bit of reverb, and then there is this grain delay gone. Oh, there it is. Grain delay, very cool stuff. Now, grain delay slices up the input signal into small little bits, and you can do whatever you like with them afterwards, such as pitching them up, pitching them down, randomly pitching, increasing the feedback. So, quick overview. This part here represents the y-axis, up and down. Up and down is now frequency. So go spray, up and down is now spray. Random pitch is random pitch amount, etc., etc. And you can make dry, wet feedback. And then along the bottom, you got the same again. See, delay, spray, frequency, pitch, random pitch, and feedback. So that there you can do spray left and right. The frequency is now adjusted left and right. You can have both if you want, frequency and frequency. See, up and down goes adjust frequency, left and right adjust frequency. Yeah, it's all kind of cool. Now, I don't know a quick way to reset it back to normal, but I will do that. So, I like to increase pitch by 12 tones. Well, that didn't work as planned, did it? Bit of feedback. Synchronize. Spray. How am I doing it? Why does that sound really off? This is not going the way I planned. I was trying to create an artificial shimmer and didn't quite work. Instead, we'll do this large octave shimmer from hybrid verb. Much better. Now that's pretty nice. Kind of dreamy. We can crunch it up a bit. So what a cool thing I've learned is to send it to another return track. So I'll create a not that one, not where was it again? Yeah, saturator. Hot tubes, yeah. So what I'm doing with this is taking the original signal, sending it to this hot tubes distortion. Like when it's cranked up, you saw me hit it, whack it up to 30 dB, and let it go. It really crunches it up. Might be easier on the analog. Let's go back to that one. It's a bit too hot. Try the crew cut instead. Yeah, I think that'd be better. Hear the overtones just giving it that real good kind of anger to it. Very easy to do that. And then if you want, you can enable send here to the reverb, is just a preset reverb. Now what I recommend is just sending all that to resampling it to an audio track, and then tweak it to your heart's content. So where is it from? Resampling. Then I have it as an audio in there. Stop that. Yeah, that has stopped already. Auto. Like that. So you can make some quite noisy, dirty pads. There is you can always add erosion as well. I think it can get a bit too aggressive with erosion, but that's just my personal opinion. What this does is add some additional noise, mono noise. So you can make here's the width as wide as you like. The amount is where that circle is. You can hear it's quite aggressive. It depends where in the chain you put it in there. If I take this Drag and drop it to the original one. Where can I put it? Perhaps just before the autofilters. Oh no, before the... Yeah. How does this sound now? Yeah, erosion, hit and miss. It can help to modify and dirty up your more aggressive perks and snares and plunky synths, but for pads, yeah, so hit and miss. You have to just be fortunate. So Redux is another way to dirty it up as well. I mean, you can go on with a cabinet, amp simulators as well. I mean, look up dubstep basses, right? And they distort a sine wave to hell and back. And those distortion techniques can be applied to really dirty up your pads as well. Why would I want to dirty them up? It's like to give them tons and tons of texture. The more the more there is, the more character they have. They're not your standard, hey, I'm just hanging back out here filling in the gaps. Like, no, I'm an integral part of this song. I'm gonna really build it up, be nasty, give her a vibe, an aggressive vibe to the track. So, seeing any questions, anyone? Do let me know if you have questions. Just add them to the comments. I hope like the comments and stuff actually work. Often they're a bit hitty missy, but hey, this will be on YouTube as well. Right, that's how to make it noisy. Now, next one, please. Super saws. Well, saws. Okay, very easy to do a saw. Simplest one is good old analog. You can see I have a favorite synth. No musician should really have a favorite synth, but you're like me, you do. Right, a super saw is literally that. It is a saw wave. See, saw, not sine, not square, not random, saw. And again, I will pick another sequence. Pick one, G minor. Take the edge off of that. Oh, that sounded really sad. Try an A minor. Better. It'll do. Right, saws contain almost the entire, well, almost. I mean, all the harmonics of a fundamental note. Like that. So there's the fundamental. Then there's 50%. I think. Yeah. A. Oh no, these are chords and stuff. It's too complicated to explain because I'm dealing with the chord. So square waves contain, I think, the odd numbered harmonics, and triangle waves are the even numbered harmonics. It could be the other way around. I haven't googled it, but sawtooth waves contain all the harmonics, and they are the most richest. Very nice. Now, what was I doing? That's your fundamental saw, and as we remember from earlier on, you slow attack and long release. Now, similar sort of thing as before, to detune the saws. Always a good thing to do. Already a bit thicker. So that's a basic super saw where you've got it detuned a lot. The 4 unison voices, and it's nice and well, yeah, it's quite thick, huh? You know, it's not bad. So that means 2 oscillators there. Now, I've just grouped that, and I will double it. Pan to the left, pan to the, oops, wrong way. Pan that one to the left, pan that one to the right. That should be wider. We can detune it ever so slightly then. So the left one we can do -20, and this one +20, and the right one -15 and +15. That's better. Now it's a lot wider. It's got a lot more depth to it. So now we're creeping into the territory of super saws. So right, so I need to map both of those to macro 1, the frequencies, that is, and yep. And I'll do the same for the resonance as well. Now, what makes a super saw really truly super is that it covers a massive range of the sonic spectrum. So what we can do is drop everything in octaves. Now we're going to cover the lower frequencies. All right. Does sound a bit muddy. Yeah, that's how it goes. So that is mid, left, mid, right, mid, no, bass, left, bass, right. Now, yeah. Now, to remove the mud a bit, I always, well, not always, but I would reduce the unison down to 2 voices only on the bass ones, because it is muddy for sure, and reduce the detune a bit, because the more with the lower frequencies, the more detuned it is, the more muddy it turns out. With the higher frequencies, the more detuned, the more spread out, because it's easier to, the difference between, say, look on the graph. So a difference between a D1 is, so D1 is about 75 hertz and an E is about 80. So that's only 5 hertz. Whereas up the scale, the difference between, say, a D7, 4.63 kilohertz, and an E7 is 5.2, so 4.6, that's 600 hertz. Whereas down here, the difference was only 5. Those are way too close and they will just go wibbly wobbly over each other. I'm not going to go into the physics of it. So the lower frequencies, detune them down, fewer voices. Much cleaner. But wait, why stop there? The highs. High left. High right. So now we're getting into Supererereere saws, where we're really broaching the whole spectrum. There I'm going to detune like a lot more, because as I mentioned before, when you with the higher frequencies, you can really detune them out of whack quite a lot without too much trouble. So let's do that. 31. Oh yeah, asking for trouble now, aren't I? Right, how does this sound? Oh yeah, I think that's pretty super duper waves. Yeah. So you may have noticed that there is a bit of space on the far right. It's not reaching all the possible parts it could do. And this is how we fill it in. I like operator. I just feel that the noise from operator is just very nice and tasty. Switch off everything. Change this to noise looped. Spread them wide. Let's hear how that sounds. Oops, I think I might have lost a few eardrums there, so turn it right down. Now the reason why I chose looped is that you can then mess around with the coarse. Weird. Should have okay, do this one then. Noise white. Does that reach out all the parts? Also not. Huh, surprisingly. Oh, wait. That's better. Try that again with noise looped. I had the filter. So you can adjust the bias of the and because it's a looped noise, it has an extra sort of harmonic feel to it. Can you hear that? A little bit of an overtone. So that's off. Now remove that. Let's hear what that sounds like. That's by itself. Right, and that's with it cranked up. Oh, no it's not, I didn't enable it. Just add the noise until you can just barely hear it. I think that's about the right spot. Map that to frequency 1. And that's how you make a crazy super saw using a whole bunch of analogs and an operator. It's a lot of fun, you know. You can really get pretty mental with that. Oh yeah, it's great. Right, what's the last thing I mentioned on the list? Oh yeah, saws detuned. Yeah, super duper saws, super saws. And last one, drones. Oops, didn't want to do that. I like drones. You know why I like drones? Because they're an integral part of dub techno, and I like writing dub techno. So I know a little bit about drones. Two ways of doing drones. One is to use the MIDI chord effect, and I will just borrow the analog from the first one. Oh, maybe I can't. Instrument, analog. And then try. So to borrow it, I do right click, copy, and then if I right click and paste, all the settings are set to whatever I copied. So here, C3, because it's right. Chords. Now, drones can be dissonant, can be crazy, can be anything you like. They are supposed to be pretty dirty. I dropped that an octave. Okay, sounds good to me. Yeah, they can be pretty. Well, they are can be dissonant, and I think that's also part of the fun. So let's see. Who knows Fibonacci? So chord works by shifting the first note, second note, and adding as many notes as you like. So Fibonacci is 1. Well, I can't do 1, so I'll do 2. Then 3. then 5, and then finally 8. I think that's going to sound pretty, well, awful. Oh yeah, sounds awful. Now, trick is, drop the notes that are closest to each other. So these are +1, +2, +3, and 5. So let's drop the +2 by an octave. Yeah, nasty. You're right, it is. But that's what drone can be like. Now, I've lifted 3 up by 12 notes by pressing shift and up, shift and down. Not so nasty anymore, huh? That sounds actually quite, reasonably pleasant. In the broadest sense of the term. Mess around with the detune as much as you like. Yeah, sounds like a bunch of angry bees in this case. But that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a drone. Gonna group that. How's it go again? Snapshot. We're not snapshot macro variations. Oh, right. Map to 1, map to 2, map to 3, map to 4, map to 5. Guess what? Yes, I mapped it to 6. Okay, so say a new one, call it fib. Hit the rando button. Call that lost in space. Random again. Long, dark tunnel for you drum and bass nerds out there. Nice, just simple droney stuff. But again, the principles that you learned earlier from all of these other instruments, like thickening up the original one, the analog, adding noise to wavetable, resampling the noisy wavetable, and then finally the super duper extra saw with extra everything as well. Apply those techniques to drones. So what I can do is borrow the wavetable from here, paste. Yes, there it is. Oh yeah, that sounds pretty evil. Going to add some basic shapes. Where is? I've forgotten where it's gone again. This is, where's my favorite? The lazy. Yeah, the vintage. I can't find it. It was called the Lazy Saw. another random. Right, new. Call that transporter, because it sounds kind of like the transporter thing. Add a bit of movement for the wavetable. Yoink. Did I say yoink? Must have got that from a bunch of... yeah. Slow it down a bit. Add a bit of random. And then position 2. I think I'd rather do that. There we have it, some sort of really weird, wacky drone that you can then side filter, what do you call it now? Oh, I'm so not Englishing today. Add a beat. Clean. Bass drum, bass drum. That one. Hi-hat. That one. Let's sort of get a hi-hat gone. Oh, there it is. Sidechain from bass drum. Did I really do that? Sidechained it to itself. Crazy. The reason why I want to do that is because I know I can put in like try and figure out the note. Maybe it's a C, maybe it's not. I think it was a B. Could be an F sharp. Just trying to figure out what key this. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it as a B for now and try and shape this wave table a bit. Add some reverb. The crunchy bit. is a bit too loud anyway. So dissonant drones, they are a thing as well, and they are very handy. I will save this. Drone DKO drone MIDI. Yeah, MIDI drones, drone MIDI presets. That'll do. Drone MIDI. Never mind. I'll spell it later. Anyway, that was that. I hope you guys learned anything interesting. Do leave me any questions. You can reach out to me, DM me, whatever you like. I'm happy to share this and other weird and wacky techniques. It's a lot of fun doing these tutorials, and I do hope that you enjoyed it. Until next time, take care and keep padding it out. Right, where's the off button? This thing, I can never find it. Bye-bye.